Starting your Locker Natural hair journey is oh so rewarding, but can be extremely stressful when you start to consider what products to use. If that's you, then look no further. Locklicious is a black-owned company that has created an all-natural product line for locked and loose natural crowns. The Locklicious team works hard to ensure that their products are free of parabens, phthalates, sulfates, PEG, synthetics, and other toxic chemicals you find in other products. Best of all, the products are lightweight and will not leave residue or cause buildup. Go to locklicious.com to start treating your crown like royalty.
Hello, my beautiful people. How you doing? My name is Olivia Nantongo. I'm a wellness and nutrition therapist, and today I want to talk to you about salt, sodium, and its effect. As we know, our excessive salt will hurt and damage your health. Now, the words table salt and sodium are often used interchangeably, but they don't necessarily mean they're the same thing. Now, table salt, also known by its chemical name sodium chloride, is a crystal-like compound that is abundant in nature. Sodium is a mineral and one of the chemical elements found in salt. So we're going to talk about the dangers of salt, how to prevent, how to use in moderation. So the key here is moderation. Remember, health is wealth. Health is wealth. Health is wealth. Now, the main differences between sea salt and table salt are in their taste, of course, texture, and the processing. Sea salt comes from evaporated seawater. I bet you didn't know that. And is minimally processed, so it may retain trace minerals. Regular table salt comes from salt mines and is processed to eliminate minerals, which doesn't make any sense. Why eliminate the minerals? Now, sea salt is often promoted as being healthier than table salt, but sea salt and table salt have the same basic nutritional value. Sea salt and table salt contain comparable amounts of sodium by weight. Whichever type of salt you enjoy or you choose to use, please do so in moderation, okay? And of course, Himalayan salt, which is one of my favorites because of the taste. Now, Himalayan salt is believed by many to be healthier, to be a healthier alternative to common table salt. I'm one of those believers. So it's believed to be healthier alternative to common table salt or sodium chloride. Though mined like rock salt, Himalayan pink salt is technically a sea salt. Salt is an essential nutrient required for many biological processes that has seasoned our dinners. The yummy dinners for thousands of years, right? But overconsumption of sodium is associated with high blood pressure, osteoporosis, kidney stones, and other health issues. Therefore, if you prefer sea salt or any other types of salt, it doesn't offer any specific benefits and should be used in moderation like all other salts. So have that in mind. And of course, there are alternatives that we're going to talk about. But first, the main differences between the two are that sea salt tends to have slightly different or difference in taste. So sea salt tend to have slightly different taste than table salt, as well as texture, and of course processed differently. But by weight, sea salt and table salt contain the same amount of sodium, which is what we should limit for better health. So sodium here is the bad guy, right? And of course we have Celtic salt. Now, as you can see, Celtic salt has the least amount I don't know if you knew that, but Celtic salt has the least amount of sodium and the highest amount of calcium and magnesium. Himalayan salt contains a bit of potassium. So you still have some health benefits there, but still in moderation. Now, you have healthy substitutes for salt. And for many reasons, if someone is suffering from high blood pressure, use citrus fruits like lemon, lime. And the more you can add, the brighter your dishes will taste, or sweeter, I should say. Chili, like cayenne pepper, dishes without salt won't be bland when you add spices to them. So rosemary and thyme are good. They will add a unique flavor to marinades like chicken dishes and, and more. Paprika, garlic and onion. Garlic and onion, they are my go-to actually. Basil, good stuff. You have cumin. But if you're suffering from high blood pressure, what can you use instead of salt? Well, there are a few herbs, some that I've already mentioned. Try using herbs like rosemary, thyme, onion powder without salt, garlic powder without salt, parsley, cilantro, you have sage, celery seeds, and of course a squeeze of lemon or lime on some foods can provide the extra zip you need without the extra sodium. So you gotta try and see what's good for your palates besides salt. Now we also have iodized salt. Consumed in moderation possesses minimal health risk. However, an excessive intake can result in dangerous medical issues such as high blood pressure. Iodized salt is beneficial to our health if taken in moderation. So the key here is really moderation. Salt is generally fortified with iodine, which is why it's called iodized salt. Now, eating too much salt can contribute to high blood pressure. In most cases, it does contribute to high blood pressure, which is linked to conditions like heart failure and heart attack, kidney problems, fluid retention, stroke, and osteoporosis. You might think this should mean you need to cut out salt completely, but salt is actually an important nutrient for the human body. So if you can cut out salt completely, which some people manage to do, excellent, do that. But it's difficult. I mean, we've been fed salt since we were babies, literally. So I understand if it takes time to, detox it out of your system, but if you can, go ahead. But here are 6 serious signs that you are consuming too much salt. So pay attention to this. You need to urinate a lot. Frequent urination is a classic sign that you are consuming too much salt. Pay attention to that. Persistent thirst. You are thirsty very often. Often after eating, you will notice. Drink lots of fluid. Swelling in strange places. You find food boring or tasteless without a high amount of salt. Frequent mild headaches. Yes. And of course, you crave for salty foods. Okay. Now, have in mind that most Americans consume more than twice the recommended daily amount of salt. Too much salt increases the risk of high blood pressure, like I said before, heart diseases, and stroke. Decreasing sodium intake could prevent many deaths. So don't be a statistic. Use salt in moderation. Just use it to flavor your food. And if you feel you're taking too much, you're going overboard, bring yourself back, take less and less, or do a detox. It normally helps to balance your palates and use less salt. Once again, my name is Olivia. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, share. Thank you for joining me.
Living in America as a Black person, you recognize there is one set of laws for you and one set of laws for those, especially in the white community. In our book, Passive Aggressive Racism in the System of White Supremacy, I take you through times in my life when I first started noticing white supremacy. We teach you how to recognize it, identify it, and also counter it in our book. This book is a beginner's course for those that are just starting to wake up and open their eyes to see the system of white supremacy. As a Black American person, you must understand this system because this system is life or death to you. How you handle it, how you deal with it, it can affect your mental health if you don't understand this system. Pick up our book, Passive Aggressive Racism and the System of White Supremacy, today on Amazon.